So we have 2/3 times 4/5. How do we multiply that? Here's the good news. For multiplications, there is no LCD. We don't find the LCD. No, we just multiply the top times the top, the bottom times the bottom. So you make it one fraction. The top will be 2 times 4, and the bottom will be what? 3 times 5. What's 2 times 4? 8. What's 3 times 5? 15. And you simplify your answer, if you can. This one I can't. If I have 8/7 times 9/10. This will be what? 8 times 9 over 7 times 10. What's 8 times 9? 72. 7 times 10? 70. Now let's try to simplify that. To simplify it, we can divide the top and the bottom by 2, right? By 2, this will be 36. By 2, this will be 35. So my answer, simplified as a fraction, is 36/35. So if they ask you to write a simplified answer, simplified fraction, this is good. You don't have to change it to a mixed number. But if they said write this as a mixed number, that'll be what? 1 and 1/35. Because if you divide 36 by 35, the quotient is 1 and the remainder is 1. So this 1 goes in the front and 1/35. Now when the numbers are big, so notice we multiply then simplify. A lot of people like to simplify first then multiply, especially when the numbers are big. So I'll do the same problem, but I'm going to simplify it first, then multiply it after. When I say simplify, as long as it's top and bottom, it doesn't have to be the same fraction. So notice the 8 and the 7. Can you simplify the 8 and 7? This and this? No. How about the 9 and 10? Can you simplify that fraction? 9 and 10? No. What about 8 and 10? As long as it's top and bottom. 8 and 10, you can divide them by what? By 2, this is what? 4. By 2, this is 5. Can I simplify 9 and 5, 9 and 7? No. So now you multiply. What's 4 times 9? 36. And what's 7 times 5? 35. This is really nice when the numbers are big. You don't want to multiply and come up with a massive number and try to simplify that massive number. So if I have 12 over, let's say 15, and I want to multiply that by 25 over 48. I could multiply the numbers. Notice I could go 12 times 25, and I'll cheat here. I'm going to use a calculator here. 12 times 25, which is 300, over 15 times 48, which is 720. And now I'll try to simplify it. Notice lucked out because I can cancel the zeros here. I will have what? 30 over 72. Both of these numbers I can divide them by 2. If I divide by 2, I will have what? 15 over what? 36. So far my answer is what? 15 over 36. Am I done simplifying?
Yes.
How about dividing by 3? Right? By 3, this is what? 5, and this will be what? 12. So my final answer is 5 over 12. I don't want to deal with big numbers. I don't want to do 300 over 720, simplifying that. So what will happen if I simplify it first then multiplied. As long as it's top and bottom, notice 25 and 15, both of them are divisible by what? By 5. I could do 3. And that's not this one, but I can divide 3 this way. That'll be a 3, and this will be what? 5, right? 12 and 3. Can you simplify 12 and 3? By 3, this is what? 4. By 3, this is what? 1. How about 4 and 48? I can divide them by 4. By 4, this is what? 1. By 4, this is 12. So what's the answer now? 1 times 5, which is 5. 1 times 12, which is what? 12. The same exact answer. So I am actually a fan of simplifying first, then multiplying. I find that that's easier. I'll try a different one. I'll try a few more. 7 over 10 times 5 over 11. I'm going to simplify first, then I'm going to multiply. What do you notice? You can divide by what? 2? Which one by 2? I can only divide this by 2, but not that one. Not that one. By 5. I can divide the top and bottom by 5. By 5, this is 1. By 5, this is what? 2. 10 divided by 5. So that's 7 times 1, which is what? 7. 2 times 11, 22. Or I can do this one. 2 over 3 times 30. The 30 is 30 over what? 1. So I can make the 30 over 1. Now let's look and simplify. I see both of these divisible by 3. By 3, this is 1. By 3, this is what? 10. 2 times 10, 20. 1 times 1, 1. If you leave the answer like this, they will mark it wrong. Why? Because you can write that as what? Just 20. Yep. Let's try 3 numbers. 9 over 8 times 6 over 5 times 7 over 9. Again, if I see top and bottom, I can cancel them. I see an obvious one. Which one? Well, that too, but what about the 9s?
3.
By 9 even. Notice they're both divisible by 9. That's 1 and 1. You can do by 3, but you can see you can divide them by 9. Now, 6 and 8, you're right. You can simplify the 6 and 8. You can divide them both by what? By 2. By 2, this is what? 3. And the bottom one is 4. So I have 1 times 3 times 7, which is what? 21. 4 times 5, which is 20, times 1, which is 20. 21 over 20. And if you divide them, that's 1 and 1/20. Now, let's bring in some mixed numbers. Here comes the mixed numbers. I want to multiply 1 and 1/2 times 7 and 2/3. 7 and, I don't know, 1/3. Guess what my first step is going to be?
What number?
Change them to improper fractions. You don't want to multiply the whole times the whole and the fraction times the fractions. So I'm going to change these to improper fraction. 2 times 1,
Plus 1.
2 plus 1, that's 3 over 2, times 3 times 7, 21 and 1, 22 over 3. Now let's simplify. By 3 this is 1, by 3 this is 1. By 2 this is 1, by 2 this is 11. 1 times 11, which is what? 11. 1 times 1, which is 1. That's 11. Let me try a few more. 3 and 3/4 times 2 1/10. You're going to see me always change them to improper fraction with mixed numbers. 4 times 3 plus 3, 15 over 4 times 10 times 2 plus 1. And let's see if I can simplify. I see the 15 and 10. I can divide them both by 5. By 5 this is 2. By 5 this is what? 3, right? The 15. 3 times 21. I think it's 63. 4 times 2, 8. Now here's the only problem. When you have a mixed number, guess what? They want the answer as what? Mixed number. Yes?
Do you always, if it's written like that, do you always take like the 10, multiply it by the 2, and then add the 1?
Correct.
Do you always do it that
Nope,
way?
always. That's the only way.
Okay.
So 63, divide that by 8.
We divided that.
8 times 8 is 64, so 8 is high, right? How about 7? 7 times 8, 56. What's the remainder? 7. So your answer is 7 and 7 over 8. Let's put a bigger one. 1 3/4 times 5 1/3 times the 3. 4 times 1 plus 3, 7 over 4. 3 times 5 and 1 times what? 3 over 1. And let me see top and bottom if I can simplify. The 3's will cancel each other out. You can divide them by 3, end up with 1s. What else? I see the 4 and the 16. By 4 this is 1, by 4 this is what? 4. 7 times 4 times 1. What's 7 times 4? Times 1? 28 over 1 times 1 times 1, which is 1, and that's 28. I didn't do division yet, so let's bring in the division. Well, if you understood the multiplication, the division is exactly the same thing with the exception of one extra step. That's it. So what is that step? If I have, yep, 1/3 divided by 5/2.
You gotta flip flop them.
So the rule I'm going to use, keep, change, and flip. Keep the first one, keep it the same. Change. What's the change? Change the division to multiplications. That becomes times. And flip the second one. It becomes what? 2 over 5. And that's it. Now it's a multiplication problem. Keep, change, and flip. I'm really mad at this because this is almost one of my favorite, but it comes out KCF. I like KFC. I love their chicken. So think of KFC, but it's KCF. Keep, change, and flip. So anytime I think of division, KFC comes to my mind. Keep, change, and flip. 1 times 2, 3 times 5. So that's the only extra step I'm going to do when it's division. I'm going to use that keep, change, and flip, the KCF, then do the math. So let's try another one. 9 divided by 2 and 7 over 10. Let's apply that rule. KCF, keep, change, and flip. It becomes 9 times. Notice I can't flip that one. How do you flip it? So you really, what you want to do first, before I do that, maybe I should change them to improper fraction. So this is 9 over 1 divided by, let me just rewrite that. What's 10 times 2? 20 plus 7? 27 over 10. Now let's apply that keep, change, and flip. So that will turn to what? 9 over 1 times 10 over 27. By 9, this is what? 1. By 9, this is 3. 1 times 10, 10. 1 times 3, 3. And if you divide them, that's 3 and 1/3. Three times 3 is 9, the remainder is 1. So 3 and 1/3. Let's try another one. 2 and 1/2 divided by 4 and 1/2. Again, when you have mixed numbers, first change them to improper, then use the keep, change, and flip. 2 times 2? 4 plus 1?
5.
That's 5 over 2 divided by 2 times 4? 8 and 1? 9 over 2. Now let's keep, change, and flip. Keep, that's 5 over 2. Change the division to multiplication, flip the second one. Notice I can cancel the 2's. By 2, this is 1. By 2, this is 1. 5 times 1, 5. 1 times 9, 9. It's 5 over 9. One more of these. 2 and 3, 8 divided by 5 and 3 7s. Change them. 8 times 2, which is what? 16 and 3? 19 over 8 divided by 7 times 5? 35 and 3? 38 over 7. Keep, change, and flip. Keep the first. Change to multiplication, flip the second one. And boy, I lucked out because I was looking at the 19 going, uh-oh, what do I do? 38, you can divide it by 19. 19 times 2 is what? 38. So by 19, this is 1. By 19, this is 2. 1 times 7 8 times 2, 16. So now let's see if you remember some of the stuff we did last class and the one before it. I'm trying to combine different things in one problem to see if you remember all the rules here. Right now we know the division, so let me combine them together, and you have to apply the order of operation for them. Let's say I put this problem, 6 over 11 divided by 18 over 55 minus 7 over 26 times 13 over 14. Fun, 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 huh? Remember the order of operations. Parentheses first. Do we have parentheses? No. Exponent second. Do we have exponents? Do we have multiplication or division? Left to right. The first one I see is what? The division. I got to do that first, then I got to do that second. Let me do this one. Go to the side here and do that. That's a division. So keep, change, and flip. 6 over 11 times 55 over what? 18. Notice how nice when you simplify first, because I can see the 6 and 18. By 6 this is 1. By 6 this is what? 3. Look at the 55 and 11. You can divide them by 11. By 11 this is 1. By 11 this is what? 5. So it's 1 times 5, which is what? 5. 1 times 3, which is 3. So the answer to this piece here, it's 5 over 3. There's the minus sign. So again, let me go to the side, and let me do now 7 over 26 times 13 over 14. By 7 this is 1. By 7 this is what? 2. By 13 this is 1. By 13 this is 2. 1 times 1? 1 over what? 4. So now that takes us back to last class, adding and subtracting fractions. To add or subtract, what do you need? The least common denominator, yes. And the least common denominator for 3 and 4 is 12 is the first number that you can divide by 3 and 4. So now we're combining 2 or 3 ideas together. I like these problems a lot. So you have to multiply the 3 by what to make it 12? By 4, which means multiply the top by 4. 4 times 5? 20. I need to multiply the 4 by what to make it 12? 3. 1 times 3, 3. Now notice the two numbers on the bottom are the same denominator, you leave it, and the top becomes 20 minus 3. What's 20 minus 3? 17 over 12. That's your simplified answer. If they want it as a fraction, I mean mixed number, not a fraction. Simplified fraction, that's the answer. Mixed number, you divide it. It's 1 and 5, 12. 1 and 5 over 12. Let me try another one with order of operations. One and 1/2 divided by a third. Don't forget to square it at the end. Plus 1 minus 1/4 and square it. Order of operation, in case you forgot, Pemdas, parentheses, exponents, multiplication and division, addition and subtractions. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the order you're going to do them. Parentheses first, exponent second, multiplication or division third, addition or subtraction fourth. So I got to do what's inside the parentheses. Again, I'll take my paper and slice it into pieces. Let me do what's inside that one. 1 1/2 divided by 1/3. Notice that's a mixed number. When you have mixed numbers for division, first step is change them to improper fractions. 2 times 1, 2 and 1, 3/2 divided by 1/3. Keep, change, and flip. That's a division. Keep, change, and flip. That's 3/1. 3 times 3, 9/2. So I can write this now as 9/2 squared. That's what's inside the parentheses, plus. Now let me look at the second one. 1 minus 1/4. The 1 is 1 over what? 1. Anything's over 1. Now again, you want to add or subtract, you need a common denominator. And what's your common denominator? 4. I don't have to change the second one, but the first one I will have to multiply it by 4 to make it over 4. That'll be 4/4 minus 1/4, which is what? 3/4. So this one is 3/4 squared. So we did what's inside the parentheses, both of them. That's the first step. What comes after the parentheses? Exponents. I see exponents here. Let's look at that. I got to do that. So 9/2 squared, that means 9/2 times what? 9/2. What's 9/2 times 9/2? 81 over what? 4. So this is 81 over 4. And let me do the other exponent. This is 3/4 squared, which means 3/4 times 3/4. And that will make it what? 9/16. Now there's one more thing left there, and that's add them. There is no multiplication, there is no division, there's only addition. To add them, you need what? Common denominator. And what is your least common denominator? 16. Is 16 the first number you can divide it by 16 by 4? Yes. So the second one you don't have to change. This is already over 16. But this one I got to change it. I got to multiply the bottom by 4 to make it over 16, which means multiply the top by 4. 4 times 1, 4, 4 times 8, 32. Now we can add them. What's 324 plus 9? Is it 333? Over 16. And if they want the answer as a mixed number, you go 333 divided by 16. Bless you. 2. 2 times 16 is 32. The remainder is 1. Bring the 3 down. 13 by 16, 0. You can't. So that's 20 and a remainder of what? 13 over 16. Bless you again. And that's the answer to that problem. we do each piece separate. But what I like about these problems, your brain got to think, oh, division, what do I do? Oh, subtraction, what do I do? Addition, multiplication, power. So you have to think, okay, if it's addition, we need LCD. If it's multiplication, I don't need the LCD. Top times top, bottom times bottom. If it's division, oh, keep, change, and flip. Instead of always one step, one step. And that's what makes the homework easy when you compare it to the quiz. The quiz, they're coming from all over, and you have to think, do I do keep, change, and flip? Do I multiply the top times the top and bottom times bottom? Do I find LCD? Well, it depends on the operation.